is. Take us away, Ashley.
Very good. Artificial intelligence blurring the line between the humanities and the sciences. Scrolling through a neatly typed article citing well-known experts' views on the benefits artificial general intelligence, AGI, will bring, I see an explosion of innovation and convenience, a golden age brought to us by technology. AI has already surpassed boundaries once thought impossible, and Forbes even reports a survey of AI experts recently predicted the expected emergence of AGI, or the singularity, by the year 2060. This singularity has become the goal of many scientists working to create AGI, a form of AI that possesses human-like intelligence with the potential to one day have the ability to improve itself. Flipping through thick, glossy covered science fiction paperbacks, on the other hand, I see the dangers of AGI, robots so advanced that their intelligence rivals humans, where they have not only replaced human workers, but also found clever loopholes in their coding, bypassed their restrictions, and ultimately taken over the world. To these writers, AGI is something terrifying, as Liu Xixing writes for the New York Times. As a science fiction writer, it's my duty to warn the human race that the robot revolution has begun, even if no one has noticed it yet. We have treated these two visions as inherently different, but it becomes increasingly clear that we can no longer do so. The AGI that exists in the humanities and the AGI that exists in the sciences are one and the same. The futures predicted by science fiction novels are not impossible, and we must begin to use both mediums to see AGI as beneficial and with risk. The separation of these two mediums allows people to believe that only one is true. To stop this, we should merge these two efforts by always speaking about both the dangers and the gains when we point out either, rather than misleading readers by pretending only one exists. While some news articles, for example, are written about scientists' hopefulness towards AI, others are written about individuals' fear of it. These articles could be combined or paired so that readers could see both sides at once. Allowing readers to see through the media both the positives and negatives of AGI might lead them to know how the AGI in science fiction novels could be used for good as well as bad, even if the novels focus mainly on the possible bad. While some might think that people should read both the humanities and the sciences to gain these different perspectives, in the current age of echo chambers, we see this as simply not happening. Even if writers believe that AGI could harm us or help us, they typically write because of their viewpoint on whether or not AGI should be created. This makes most writing one-sided about AGI, giving readers the chance to believe one source and disdain another. If these viewpoints are combined, this will show them that the possibilities of AGI are two-sided. While AGI will not be made tomorrow, one day it will exist. AGI can change the world for the better or for the worse, but everyone deserves to have all the necessary information when making a choice regarding it. To fully understand the potential of it, we must see that AGI belongs to both the humanities and the sciences, and categorizing it as only one would be a critical error.
Thank you very much, Ashley. Well done, well done. Questions? I knew, Eric, you would have one. This is a topic that you care about. What do you got?
I'm just wondering, what is your opinion on AI in general? Like, is it from, like, I'll give two spectrums here, like, oh God, we're all gonna die, to it's gonna be the best invention that we'll ever make, to how much of an impact AI will make, like, oh, it might help, like, convenience things, or it'll become God King of the cosmos.
Well, my opinion is pretty middling, that there's a chance of either of those things happening, though probably not that extreme. When I first wrote this piece, I was originally actually going to write a piece on how I thought AI should not be created. But after doing more research, I saw that it was not really that simple, which is why I ended up writing this about how it's not really that one-sided. If you do research, you'll actually see that either possibility could come true.
Follow-up question, Eric, you got?
A little bit. This is more of a personal question, but have you looked on things like r/control problem on Reddit or the infamous less wrong?
No.
Oh.
That, no, that's okay. And one of the, I want to give you a shout out, Eric, for like asking that, like, what is your opinion on this? You know, to go back all the way to the first class, one of our emphases in this class was creating good questions. How can we generate good questions? Because those are going to be very helpful for you in high school, in these sort of like Harkness models and these Socratic models, but especially when you get to college. So asking those like, hey, what's your opinion on this? Great question. And I don't know if Eric had sent that question to you ahead of time because it seemed like you just had a perfect answer for that. And so being able to think of questions on your feet like that was a joke. I don't think that actually happened, is so impressive. Like that is a key skill that you're going to want to have. So thank you, Eric, for giving her that opportunity to practice with that good question. And thank you for that answer. And thank you for sharing that resource. That's what we're about, is like, hey, if this is something you're curious about, check this stuff out. This is just a starting point. Any other questions? Opinions, personal or not? Any other comments from? Okay. So everyone else, definitely, you know, fill out that if you haven't already. That should be row 2 is Ashley. Go 0 to 100 on that. While we hear from Ashley's mom, what do you think? What were your thoughts, reactions to your daughter's topic? Ooh, she's speechless because of how good it was. I think that's what we're hearing. Ashley's mom. Is she in the house, Ashley?
Yes, but I'm not sure she is.
Well, looks like you might have gotten off the hook now, and now every student is like messaging their mom. Don't respond. We'll come back to her if she comes back. Yeah, Ashley's mom, let me know if you do get back, and we will hear from you. But definitely great topic. My question for you, Ashley, what made you choose this topic of all the topics?
Well, I find artificial intelligence very interesting, partially because of all the different theories about what could happen. And even though I started writing this wanting to write about how I thought artificial intelligence shouldn't be created, that thought of how two-sided it was led me to research more and end up making this.